Hello friends, warm welcome in this video, that is the spinal cord of human. Friends, spinal cord is the part of central nervous system and forms the lower extension of the medulla oblongata of the brain. Like brain, it is covered and protected by bony covering and membranes. It lies within the neural canal of the vertebral column, and that's why the vertebral column is also known as spinal column. The vertebral column is the central axis of the skeleton in all vertebrates. The vertebral column provides attachment to muscles, supports the trunks, and protects the spinal cord and nerve roots. The vertebral column consists of 5 types of vertebrae, which includes 7 vertebrae called as cervical spine, 12 vertebrae called as thoracic spine, 5 vertebrae called as lumbar spine, 5 fused vertebrae called as sacrum, and 3 to 5 fused vertebrae which is called as coccyx or tailbone. Within the vertebral foramen or neural canal possess spinal cord. Like brain, the spinal cord is also surrounded by 3 meninges, that is durometer, arachnoid mater and pia mater. The durometer is the outermost tough and non-muscular thick and fibrous meninx and is attached to the inner side of the vertebral column. It is separated from the underlying arachnoid mater by the subdural space which is filled with serous fluid. The arachnoid mater is the middle, thin and non-vascular layer of a connective tissue having web-like appearance. It is separated from the pia mater below by a narrow subarachnoidal space filled with a cerebrospinal fluid, or is often called as CSF. Pia mater is the innermost delicate vascular membrane, lies in close contact with the spinal cord. The durometer is often called as pachymeninx, whereas the arachnoid mater and pia mater together called as leptomeninges. The cerebrospinal fluid is secreted by pia mater and the ependymal cell linings of the central canal of spinal cord. The meninges and cerebrospinal fluid acts as a shock absorber and protect the brain and spinal cord from mechanical injuries. It also maintains constant pressure and helps in the exchange of nutrients and waste. Cerebrospinal fluid is a slightly alkaline fluid with specific gravity of 1.005, means that 1 liter of cerebrospinal fluid have a mass of 1005 gram. A total of 100 to 120 ml of cerebrospinal fluid is present in and around the central nervous system. Externally, the spinal cord appears as a long cylindrical rod-like 42 to 45 cm long and 2 to 2.5 cm broad. The spinal cord is broadest at its anterior end and gradually tapers into conus medullaris and continues as thread-like phylum terminally and posteriorly. The spinal cord shows 2 swellings along its length called as cervical and lumbar swelling. 31 pairs of nerves arises from the lateral sides of the spinal cord. These nerves are concentrated in the region of cervical and lumbar swelling and around the conus medullaris. The bunch of nerves in the hind part of the spinal cord along with the phylum terminally appear like a horse tail, so called as cauda equina. The spinal cord is dorsoventrally flattened due to presence of a deep, narrow posterior fissure and shallow, broad anterior fissure. A central canal can be seen in the center. The fissure divides the spinal cord incompletely into a right and left side. The grey matter is somewhat S-shaped or butterfly shaped and is on the inner side, while the white matter is on the outer side. The fissure divides the grey matter into 6 horns, namely dorsal, lateral and ventral horns, while the white matter is divisible into 6 columns or funiculi, namely dorsal, lateral and ventral funiculi. The dorsal and ventral horns extend out of the spinal cord as a dorsal root and ventral root of a spinal cord respectively. Of these, the dorsal root is connected to the dorsal root ganglion, which lies just outside and lateral to the spinal cord. It has an aggregation or collection of unipolar sensory neurons. The association of interneuron lies inside the gray matter. They receive signal from the sensory nerve, integrate it and direct the response toward the motor neurons lying towards the ventral horn. The lateral horns have neurons of autonomic nervous system, that is ANS. The nerves arising from these neurons emerge out from the ventral root of the spinal nerve. The white matter consists mainly of bundles of myelinated nerve fibers called as ascending and descending tracts. The ascending tracts conduct sensory impulses from the spinal cord of the brain, and these lie in the dorsal column or funiculi. The descending tracts conduct motor impulses from brain to the lateral and ventral funicula of the spinal cord. The spinal cord have various functions and it provides nervous connection to many parts of the body. The spinal cord is the main center for the most reflex actions and provides pathway for conduction of sensory and motor impulses to and from the brain. So friends, if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video among your students and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.